Today is a super powerful portal, 2/22/2022. So I wanted to bring you a couple of ways that you could immediately implement to support your manifestation and manifest in triple the speed. I'm SJR. Welcome back to Raw, Radically Aligned Women. I am a mindset and manifestation master and a spiritual teacher. I've been working with women for 30 years to manifest the lives that they dreamed of. So let's dive right into it. The energy is palpable. I'm going to give you a little simple something to remember called TGIF. So if you're old enough to remember TGIF, it's not, thank God, it's Friday because we don't live in that paradigm. It's T for thoughts. People ask me a lot, when I'm in a cycle of worrying or a cycle of thinking about something, how do I stop it? Especially around being worried about money. Because here's the thing. A long time ago, I realized that the only time I really need to worry about money is when I worry about money. Everything is energy. Energy flows where attention goes. If I'm worried about money, I'm going to manifest worries about money. You know that, okay. But when you're in that, and your brain keeps going and it's kind of wild and you can't tame it, how do you stop it? Number one, be present, be aware, tune in. Here's the hit. With curiosity, not judgment. You're tuning in not to find out what you're doing wrong. You're tuning in because you're curious. You want to find out. You're exploring. What am I thinking about? As soon as you identify that thought, how am I going to pay that bill? Deep breath in, release, and just go to the opposite thought. What's the opposite thought? So you're worrying about money. You're in that cycle. Stop. Do this. It sounds silly, but do a mental check. Is my head where my feet are? Am I here? Do I have everything I need? Is everything taken care of in this moment? If the answer is yes, go to the opposite thought. I'm so grateful that I was able to pay all my bills. To the present, not in the future, not what will happen, right here. Stop the thought, just choose the opposite thought. And then ask yourself, have I ever really been completely abandoned and destitute? And if the answer is no, why am I terrorizing myself with that? Can I rather support myself with the truth of somehow I always get taken care of? Somehow things work out. Deep breath in. Keep going back to that. Number one, your thoughts. Be present, be aware, check in, reroute it. Don't try and stop that thought. If I say to you, don't think of a pink elephant, you just thought of a pink elephant. If I say to you, what did you have for breakfast? You didn't think of a pink elephant. So you've got to plant a new thought and keep nurturing, fertilizing, watering the new thought. You're not resisting the old. What you resist persists. You're nurturing the new. That's one. Two, generosity. Being generous. Now, I know a lot of you are beautiful, huge-hearted women, spiritual, and you give a lot and you take care of a lot of people and you show up. Let's get #raw. Welcome back to Raw. Let's get raw. How much of that is either conditioned behavior? Most little girls are taught to take care of other people. Be nice. Be kind. How much of it is conditioned? Because if we're doing it and our heart isn't fully in it, there's residual either resentment or guilt or anger. If you constantly put other people before you, some part of you has to get mad. What about me? That inner child of yours is right. What about you? So be generous, but check in. I'm not people pleasing. I'm not doing this out of a sense of obligation, and I'm not doing it for validation or for love, because that's a transaction. And that means if I'm doing it out of wanting love, we manifest who we're being, not what we want. That means who I'm being feels a lack of love, and therefore I'll keep manifesting a lack of it. I'll keep meeting people that leave me feeling unseen, unheard, unloved. So be clear with your generosity on your intention, conscious and intentional. And then be generous. Be generous with your time, with your resources. I know there's a lot about boundaries and da-da-da-da-da. We're here to help each other. We all win when one wins. And we don't win till we all win. This is the new divine feminine. This is not the me generation of the patriarchy. So, give generously. I was telling somebody this morning, I was walking down the street in Manhattan and I saw a woman and I thought, wow, she looks lovely. And so I said to her, wow, you look lovely. And she said to me, why don't we do that? Are we scared of rejection? And I said, I think often we're so caught up in our own heads. Our attention is so on self. We're self-centered. We don't think, wow, maybe that person took time and care and effort about what she was wearing, and it would mean something to her to hear that. Encourage people, uplift people, look for what their strengths are and tell them, admire them. Be generous. Give where you can give. Don't let our conditioning to hold back and protect ourselves. And if my attention is on protecting myself, it's protecting myself from what? From being hurt, which means my attention is where? On not being hurt. What am I going to manifest? More hurt. I want you to see this whole picture, because we think we know things, but we see in our behaviors there's a different story, a different narrative is revealed. And if we're curious, it will lead us to where we want to go. Instead, we judge ourselves and we try and fix ourselves. Have you ever tried to fix anything that wasn't broken? No, right? We try to fix ourselves, which is communication, affirmation, that we think we're broken. Hear that for me. So a large part of generosity needs to start with being generous with yourself. Look for what you're doing right. Catch yourself doing something right. Encourage yourself. Support yourself. Compliment yourself. Be generous. Give yourself leeway. Don't assume you're wrong. Look for your innocence. It's there. And love it. Generosity. I is integrity. Integrity to me means this: what I say, what I do, what I think are integrated. I'm in integrity. Every time you don't keep your word, you're not in integrity. Whether that's your word you promise somebody and then you don't come through, or your word to yourself. And what do you think breaking your word to yourself does to your self-trust? Keep your word. Not just because you feel like it, not just because you should, but to be aligned, we need to be integrated in integrity. It needs to be a standard, a value that we honor and live by, which is a guiding light for us. Here, love, love, living our values every day. LOVE. Honor your values. And F, fun. That means you're enjoying it. You're in on it. You're loving the process. It's fun. It's exciting. It's energizing and invigorating. Thoughts? Generosity, integrity, and fun. TGIF. I promise you, this will put your manifesting on, super speed. It will also help you ensure that you're manifesting what you want and not what you don't want, which we've just looked at now. When my focus is on not being hurt, I manifest being hurt. We're always manifesting. It's a law. We're here to co-create consciously. Have the most beautiful, blessed day. Treat yourself like royalty, like a queen. You are a queen or a king. I love you. Any questions, pop them in. If you got value from this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Let's get this word out, because it's time. The new Divine Feminine is asking us to not buy into the old personal development paradigm, which was there's something wrong with me, so I need to buy this book or do this meditation, or because I'm lacking something. This is about us removing layer upon layer of conditioning, programming, hypnotization that we need to wake up from to see our beauty, our divinity, ourselves as an innocent, beautiful child of God. I love you.